Charles Tice with the Texas A&M Forest Service out of Abilene, Texas. And what we've got here is a tanker-based setup of being able to fill up seats, or better known as single engine air tankers. And also we're able to refill the big aircraft such as the DC-10 and the other similar type of big air tankers, are also known as VLATs, which is a very large air tanker. And we're able to refill those with the base here that we currently have set up in Abilene. As of today, this base will be in operation starting tomorrow with 2 seats here out of Abilene, and we're setting up 2 similar bases, smaller in size, around the Fredericksburg and Giddings Airport also as well. But this is going to be the main operation for the state of Texas as of right now, is right here out of Abilene.
The whole state?
So the whole state as of right now will be here out of Abilene right now.
So how fast can you fill them?
Typically on a seat with the pumps that we're currently using, we can fill them in about 7 to 10 minutes. They can be filled a seat. You get into the bigger aircraft, it normally takes anywhere from maybe 15-20 minutes. Just depends on the size of the aircraft and what kind of pump we're running for the larger aircraft to be able to fill them up.
So what's in the tanks then?
Currently we have in our big tank here is water for when we use what we call a Canadian blender, that is used for actually mixing the retardant on the fly, where it can be mixed as it's going into the aircraft. And we're using LC95 firefighting retardant that is mixed and diluted with the water to make the actual fire retardants dropped out of the aircraft.
So what's in these other tankers over here?
This one right here is just water, this big pumpkin tank, 6,000 gallons of water in this. And then the other 2 tanks, right now we've got 1,000 gallons on hand, and we've got another 4,000 en route from California right now that's on the way here to fill up the rest of the tanks.
What does it consist of? I heard there's a lot of
Most of all the fire retardant, what it is a whole lot of iron and salt. It's what's in a whole lot of its base. Fertilizer is all it is. It's totally environmental friendly, and it can be dumped on stuff, washed down, and it won't hurt anything unless it's just in a big form of it. Then it'll burn the grass. It can burn the grass in big concentrations, but actually that is all it is fertilizer. It's strictly fertilizer is all it is. So it's totally safe to the environment, and if it gets on your stomach, it won't hurt you or nothing. You just wash it off.
So in the daily operation, what goes on every day?
In the daily operation, we have right now in the configuration that we're in, we can fill those big aircraft, but we don't have a air tanker base manager to manage the tanker base for larger aircraft, as what we call a mix master that actually does the mixing, is certified to be able to do the mixing between the retardant and the water. Currently we're set up right now to operate 2 seats here with a seat manager here that'll be taking care of those 2 seats and filling those seats up and everything, but he manages the seats that we have here right now.
So you're going to be, you monitor where the fires are out of
we have dispatch. It's actually in our office. We say Abilene, but in Merkel is where our dispatch is. It's actually in Abilene, or in Merkel, and they'll dispatch orders here via phone or radio to let us know what is needed and how many aircraft to send per air attack. Excuse me. Air attack is here in Abilene. An aerial supervisor is here in Abilene as well. Usually he's in the air first.
That's
and
the 340.
Correct.
340
correct. And he will relay the information saying, yes, we do need these aircraft, or he's requesting, or the boots on the ground are requesting it. And we will do a dispatch order, and they will fly out of here, and it will be determined if they're a load and return. And if they are load and return, we'll load them back up, and we'll send them back out again as many times as needed.
And they'll just taxi up to the
come up
nozzle, you'll hook up while they're running, put the retardant on them, and send them on the way.
Correct, absolutely. They'll come right up here, we'll load them up, they'll take off, go over there, they'll go to their flight, they'll come back, and then they'll take off again and come back here and fill up again, and we'll keep doing that operation as long as needed.
And those are 802 tractors?
Those are 802 tractors, yes.
And it takes them how long to dump them?
You know, and I say 800 gallons, it depends on the heat of the day and how much they want. Usually they can go, it depends on the coverage level that they're doing and the fuel type that they're in. So normally, if they salvo a load, it won't take but a few seconds if they just totally open the door and evacuated everything as in an emergency. But in a normal operation, it depends. They can probably get about maybe a half mile, quarter mile. Depends on the coverage level that they're dropping. They're dropping at, how thick they want the coverage.
So they can vary just how wide the doors open?
Absolutely. They can determine how much they want to drop out of that aircraft. Determines, usually the aerial platform will say it, or if they're doing what we call initial attack, They're usually all carted at that. They can make that determination, or the boots on the ground can tell them, hey, we need to have this dump at this level.
Right.
So.
And how low do you let them go?
Seats can fly low lower than 60 feet, which is the wingspan of the aircraft.
Okay.
So that's the
down
rules.
on it.
Yeah, they can get down pretty low.